Friends, it's so great to be back with you. Happy Wednesday. If you and I have not met, my name is Emma Lou with Heartfelt Creations. Today I'm back to show some tips on how you can create some beautiful cards for spring. I know we're in December, right in the height of Christmas, but this is just to get some creative inspiration going for you and bring some springtime into your craft room. So let's take a look at what we're going to be creating today. This is a stunning card, very simple, perfect for mailing, has a beautiful opening, and we're going to do some beautiful coloring that's quick, easy, and creates a multi-dimensional look on these stunning spring flowers. These hyacinths and daffodils paired together just are a great reminder that spring is on its way after that beautiful winter season. So we're going to get started creating with the delightful daffodil and butterfly set using two of this image. The beauty of these images are you can use them as backgrounds and add dimensional daffodils and hyacinths on top, or you can keep them flatter for mailing. So they're super versatile. And then this little butterfly is the cutest little doodad you've ever seen. Let me just show you. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. Done in vellum, embossed, added the decorative piece on top. Super pretty. So to get started, we are going to do some coloring tips and techniques with kind of that multicolor blending technique with it. And then we'll go from there and layering these together. Now, if you are just joining me, let me know where you're watching from. Introduce yourselves. Don't be shy. We're just going to have some fun creating with these. So these are already colored, and we're going to start out with this one. So I did stamp it with the rose madder and the leaf green. So I just had my stamp with stamp side up, tapped over with my ink pad, and then added the leaf green. So to get started, we're going to put a little pop of buttercup yellow right in the center of this beautiful flower, just going to circular motion. And you can also add some into the rest of the areas of those petals just to give a background leaf if you so desire, okay? So let's move this around just a little bit. There you go. See how beautiful that is? Then we're going to go back and add a color of bright tangelo. So the bright tangelo is going to be kind of the color that you see predominantly with this. And I'm going to have this laying flat so I have a little bit more control over how that initial color is coming into this flower. And then we're going to start just from the outer edges and then add some color on the inside. Using the sponge daubers with this unique shape allows you to get into a little bit finer detailed areas without spending a lot of time coloring detailed images. However, if you are a colorist, you love your markers, you go ahead, you can have a lot of fun really getting some great detail coloring these images as well. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to do a shading technique coming from the center outward, and that's one thing that's really beautiful with our main background images is our artists work very diligently to create images that show you where to add the shaded areas, so you don't really have to think that through when you are coloring for yourselves. So I'm just going to go ahead and use the very tip of my sponge dauber and just go ahead and color and add some beautiful shading in there. We are going to add another color of the rose madder in there as well, so I'm not doing complete shading all over to leave space for that third color that is coming into this flower. The more colors that you add, the more depth and dimension you are going to achieve with this. So we're going to flip back and switch to the rose madder. And this is where I just come in and I just add some pops of that. See how that just kind of adds like a darker, it's a little bit hard to see on camera, I'm so sorry. Let's just bring this a little bit further in so you can see that. And you'll see that nice pop, that offset. Isn't that so pretty? There we go, and we'll just add a nice pop of that color in there. So it's subtle, but it just adds that extra beauty that you're looking for in an image like this. So hopefully that inspires you. Now, here's something that I really don't want you to miss out on. We launched a week-long savings of 40% on our spring garden and the Delightful Daffodil collection. If you have not jumped on that, great news is you're finding out about it today. You can still participate. Bad news is that savings will go away at midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight. So make sure that you grab those items that you don't have yet so that you can get started creating with those. Now I'm going to go back and just add a little bit more of the tangelo and just blend this petal in on the side. I was holding it up and coloring at the same time, so there's just a little bit more blending needed. on those edges. Okay, so there you have that beautiful floral. If you wanted to go back and in the center add your rose madder in there, you could go back and just add a little bit of clusters of those colors in there as well. And you have that beautiful flower ready to go. Now with the green, we are going to switch to leaf green. I just used one color of green on this. Same ink that was stamped, just coming from those edges, and color this in. Now, tell me if you're all finished with your Christmas cards, you're ready to do something different, you want to pop a spring in your craft room. Let us know in the comments. If you're not quite ready for it yet, you can stock up on those supplies and get started once the Christmas season is over and you're like, okay, it's time to switch gears, right? Okay, so we have that beautiful leaf all colored. I'm just going to quickly color these as well. These little hyacinths are a gem. They are those filler flowers that I will add into many different bouquets, and they're just a beautiful, I like the shape of them. They're just narrow and long, and they fit into many different bouquets in ways that you can really incorporate those. Now, I did a blend of the Tangelo and the Rose Madder with these. So what you're going to do is just go ahead and just do about 2 sections of the Tangelo, 1 to 2, and then you can come back and fill in the rest with the Rose Madder, which is just a fun way to kind of get that gradient color of that pink and that orange color. If you haven't tried this combination yet, it is so, so pretty. And it's just a beautiful pop of spring. Now, typically these are more purplish in color, more this color scheme, so you can kind of have fun coloring them, incorporating them however you desire. So as you can see, the versatility with adding these in as a bouquet is endless. And today I'm just going to show you a quick way that you can do this. So to cut this circle into this card base, what I did is I just created my card base and then layered my pieces of cardstock together and just ran those through all at the same time so that you have that opening all lined up. Next step is going to be adding these beautiful daffodils to the top, okay? Now there's a couple different ways that you could add these. You can add them with foam dots if you wanted to. You could add a little bit of texture and dimension if you wanted to with your shaping tools. However, I'm just going to just do a beautiful little foam dot on the back, tack a little bit of hot glue on the bottom, and we're going to get started by adding these just like that. So it's just a very simple and beautiful way to add these to your card very easily. Just look at how pretty that is. Super, super stunning. Then we're going to do the same thing with this one. Just add another pop dot, and when you're doing this, just keep in mind to not add any glue that it closes the center flap. Sometimes that does I do forget about that, so I want to make sure that my foam dot is moved, enough in the back so that you do not have that sticking out. Right there it is a little bit, so just a tip for you when you're creating your own. And then my next step is adding my sentiment. Now I wanted the sentiment in the bottom. These banners are also in the savings that we're having. Actually, there's some beautiful decorative dies in the special savings that we're having that's ending today that you'll want to make sure that you don't miss out on as well. But these banners are so beautiful to add to your card bases for those beautiful messages. So I took the Let's Celebrate You and Happy Birthday down here, which is a super beautiful way to add that sentiment very easily. So we're going to go ahead and crop these apart. So don't be afraid to reposition these so that it fits into the area that you're trying to create a filler. So we're going to add this one here on the side first, and then we'll tack the little ones right beside it. So we're just going to stack it right here on the edge and then just come alongside and continue to build that little row of those hyacinths. Isn't that so, so pretty? I just love how this turns out. Ta-da! And then you just keep on going and building those. Same way here, you could cut these apart or you can just stick them in there. I am going to trim this base a little bit down so that we have room to stick it down a little bit further. But I think for this one, I am going to just keep those connected. I'm a little bit like, do I, don't I? But I think I'm going to, and then we're going to put it behind that main daffodil that is on top so that can stay the hero of the card. And this is more just a background flower that's popping in to say hello. And just like that, you have that beautiful, beautiful card. You can add your glitter. You can add as much or as little as you want of that, and you have that all ready to send and to mail off. So what I would recommend is one evening, just spend some time just having lots of fun coloring these daffodils and these little hyacinths. And then another evening, maybe spend some time creating card bases with different types of sentiments that you can easily add these to your card base for any occasion when those moments come in the spring and you just need to pull out a quick card that you can mail to a friend. So great ways to really utilize your coloring, mixing and matching multiple colors and getting that beautiful, easy coloring technique with that. Now, if you've never done this before, just practice, practice, practice. Your 10th daffodil will not look like your first one, so just be patient with yourself on that. And if it's like too much ink, that just means you put too much pressure on. So just have some fun with it, because that's what creating is really about, right? It's having fun as you're making some beautiful projects for your friends and family. So this came from this set, and then I also used the hyacinths from this set as well. Here's another one that's a little bit bigger, that's facing the opposite direction. So if you have both, you can really do some amazing bouquets with that. I'm gonna just take some time and show you some beautiful examples of what you can do with these, just adding some beautiful, stunning decorative dies to the background and adding those daffodils on top. Super, super stunning if you wanted to just color it. So it's with the markers, which is a really beautiful way to use them as well. And last Wednesday, I showed you some ways that you can use some of the daffodil items from our spring collections very uniquely, which was using this set, the spring daffodil, which is typically made in a super dimensional flower, but it's very versatile. So you can create flowers like this, do a stem bouquet. If you missed that one, let us know in the comment. We can go back, give you a link to that video. And then here you have this beautiful opposite side of that daffodil as well with the foam. So lots of variations on how you can create your own one-of-a-kind daffodils and backgrounds very beautifully and easily. See that little butterfly on there? I just love that little guy. He's like my friend. It's so delicate and beautiful. You can also add crystal lacquer to the top, have some fun with those hyacinths. What are they called? Hyacinths. I was wanting to say grapes. They do kind of look like little grapes in that bouquet. So have fun creating these using your own creativity to really create those one-of-a-kind projects that are perfect for those spring occasions and events that you will be celebrating, from birthday to thinking of you to even sympathy. And I just want you to know that I'm caring about you today. So have fun creating that. If you do not have these yet, today is your last day to take advantage of the 40% savings that we have on our spring daffodil and the spring garden collection, plus some other unique decorative dies in that mix as well. So make sure to take advantage of that before midnight Eastern Standard Time. Once that clock hits 12 o'clock, that savings will go bye-bye, so I don't want you to miss out. And just a reminder, if you are an Insider member, you get an additional 20% off on top of that savings. If you are not an Insider member, I highly encourage you to become one. It's only $12.99 a month. You get free shipping on any order. You save that 20% on all items every single day. And you have access to over 50 online classes. Those online classes, if you think the Facebook Lives are amazing, you will absolutely love those. Those are 2 hours in length, and they're valued at $30 each. So you'll have automatic access to those if you are an Insider member. If you'd like the link for that, just let us know in the comments below. We'll pop that link in there for you. With that, have an amazing rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Bye.